The road test is only going to last 8 to 10 minutes. Would you agree with that, Messi?
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to make a few lefts, a few rights, probably deal with a traffic light or two, perform a 3-point turn, and parallel parking. So it's not a very long test. Before we get going, just a quick thing. One of the things working with a lot of Afghans is they forget to check their blind spot. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you're familiar with that?
I am familiar, but I'm afraid a lot of Afghans are not.
Yes.
We don't check it.
Yeah. Okay. So, and that's the number one way people lose points is failure to check their blind spot. So when we get over there, for instance, anytime we move away from the curb, change lanes, it's always signal, mirrors, head check. Okay? So let's start it up and let's head. On the road test, you can only lose 30. So I'm going to be mentioning, oh, geez, Messi, if you do this, you'll lose 5 points or
That's
10
very
points.
good.
So
Very
you can get a feel for that. Messi, it's kind of interesting. A number of Afghans that I've worked with, when they see a green light, they slow down excessively because they don't trust that other people are going to come to a stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you see that happening?
A lot of, and normally in Afghanistan, there are, in a lot of provinces, they don't have traffic lights, but in Kabul, they have it. But what they do is that a lot of people do not follow it.
Exactly.
So they do not even care if there is a traffic light, unfortunately.
And what results then is the Afghans come over here and they almost come to a complete stop at a green light. And you don't want to do that. You're going to maintain your speed, check both ways as you go through it, but you do not slow down excessively.
Yeah.
And that's a common problem. On the road test, you would lose 10 points for that.
So I don't come to a full stop, right? When I turn right?
No.
I just slow down as long as it's manageable to turn?
Whenever you're turning right, you have the right of way. Okay? The most cardinal rule in driving, right of way rule, is if you're turning left, you ain't got the right of way. Unless, of course, you have a green arrow.
Okay. The speed limit is posted. Does it mean that we have to be exactly at that speed, or the difference matters?
Are we talking real world or road test?
Real world.
Real world, you
and
want
road
to...
test, but...
Yeah, I'll explain both. Real world, obviously, the speed limit, let's say it's now 45, you want to go 45. In the real world, do some people go 50?
Okay.
Yes. And in the road test, where we're going to be in East Rochester, where it's 30, you want to go at least 20. Okay?
At least
20,
okay.
25. You don't want to go over the speed limit, but people get nervous during the road test, and they tend to go real slow. And if you only go 10 miles an hour, it's a 15-point deduction. Okay?
That's a very important point.
Going too slow, you are impeding traffic, and then it's a 15-point. And it can happen because you're going to get nervous and people start to go really slow.
That's true. It happened to me too, actually. I failed one of my tests.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Was that something you did?
That was one of the things I did, yeah.
And that's a 15-pointer.
That's a 15-pointer, yeah.
Can we go right on red here?
Yes.
Yes, because there's no sign saying we can't. 2 things you have to do before you do that.
Okay.
Come to a complete stop, 1. 2, make sure no one's coming from the left.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Key word there is stop. Many Americans just glide through it, if they see nothing coming.
I have seen them, yes.
On the road test, anytime you get into a turn lane, you're going to signal, which you would do, of course, but you also have to do a head check. Okay? So let's practice that here. We got our signal on, and you look over your left shoulder just like that, and now we pull over. And we're going to claim the intersection. We're going to move into the intersection. This is called claiming the intersection. To stop here so we can see the light.
Yeah.
And now we may go. if you choose not to claim it, in other words, you stay behind that stop line,
Yeah.
you lose 10 points on the road test.
Oh.
If you claim it and then fail to go when the light change, it's an automatic failure because now you're stuck in the intersection.
Yeah. Maybe
Okay.
you should repeat that one more time. It's very good. It's very important.
Okay.
point.
Thank you. And hopefully we'll get an opportunity to do that.
Yeah, I hope so.
If it's a green light and we're going left, we must obviously wait for traffic going straight or turning right. And so if we're going left, we're going to move into the intersection. How far do you go into it? You go past the stop line, but you still got to be able to see the traffic lights.
Yeah.
And your eyes will then go from light to traffic, and whenever you can go, you may complete your turn.
So I have a question. What if the traffic from the left side is a lot? So like you claim the intersection, but you don't get an opportunity to move out.
Oh, great question. Only one person, technically, in the real world, sometimes two people do it.
Yeah.
Only one person may claim the intersection at the time. So one person moves in, you're the second one, let's say, that wants to go left.
Yeah.
You have to stay behind the stop line until that car completes their turn.
Thank you. And what, I mean, it's a follow-up question.
Yeah.
So just in a scenario where I am the only person who claimed the intersection, but the traffic going straight is too much that I never get a chance before the light turns red. So do I have to stay there in the intersection?
No, you have to complete your turn.
But what
even
if I don't get a chance?
though it's red, you have to complete your turn.
Okay.
Okay? You have the right and responsibility to complete your turn.
Sounds good.
Okay? And everyone knows that.
Okay.
If you're in the intersection. And that's the tough thing about claiming the intersection is it's kind of scary,
Yeah.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
But it's an important skill to learn.
Just one more question.
No, please. I hope there's more than one, right?
Okay, I hope so. I'm just bringing a lot of questions that I already know too, just for information.
Yeah, excellent.
So I see that there is an arrow, red arrow to the left in front of me. It's an intersection, and I see that red arrow to the left. Sometimes I see that yellow and it's blinking. What does that mean?
Great question. You may proceed if no vehicles are coming through.
Okay.
Okay? You have to yield it right away until it is clear to go. Great question. And of course, if it's green, that's what you call a protected turn. The other people will have a red light.
Okay.
Okay, that right there was what you call a short left turn. Notice how you made that at like a 45-degree angle?
Yes.
On your road test, you want to square it off. In the real world, there was no car right there. So was it okay for you to make that kind of turn? Yes, I would have done the same thing.
Okay.
On your road test, you want to make it like a 90-degree turn.
Okay, so I go straight until I'm
past that lane and then make your turn. And we'll practice that up here.
Perfect.
But that's a very common error, especially for people who are experienced drivers like yourself.
Okay.
You normally would do that. And that's a 5-point deduction. It's not a biggie, but
yeah, but it can add up.
oh yeah, as you know, as you know.
As I know.
I would have made that abrupt stop to come to the stop there. Okay.
Okay.
What I tell all new drivers, not that you're a new driver, is that when it comes to caution lights, you're gonna mess up. Because you have to make that instantaneous decision.
Yeah.
You know, that's sometimes hard. Very nice. And we're going to come to a stop right here. All right. Now, and many times at road tests, you will be very close to the stop sign. Okay?
Okay.
And now, at the stop sign, we're going to go right. But since we're pulling away from the curb, we have to signal, mirror, head check. Oh, you're an all-star.
Thank you.
And at the stop sign, we're going to go right.
So one question that a lot of Afghans have is
Yes.
that when you come to when you see a stop sign, how long do you have to stop?
Oh, great question. I'll begin your turn here. 1.5 seconds. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. great question. On your road test, you can lose points for being overcautious.
Okay, so in this kind of situation, what do I have to do? Because there are no stop signs. Should I come to a stop?
No.
Okay.
No. And I'm glad you asked that, because that's a common issue
It is
of being not sure whether other people are going to stop.
Yes. The examiner, they told me that you should not slow down.
Right. Like right here,
Yeah.
we're just going to maintain our speed.
Okay.
And very common, Afghans want to come to a stop or slow down excessively.
Yes,
Okay.
in this kind of situation, Afghans would slow down.
Yeah. If you don't have a stop sign,
I can
they do. Okay?
Yeah.
Always. If you don't have a stop sign, they do.
Okay.
So you just going to obviously proceed. We're going to go left at the stop sign here, and we've already recognized what kind of stop sign it is.
It's always sign.
Yeah, it's complete stop. We look, go. Nice and slow. It's a four-way. We look, go.
And in Northland Testing Center, it's the first thing.
Very first thing you come to is an all-way.
It's all-way.
Yeah.
When we are coming to a full stop and then we are turning left, I don't have to look my shoulder, right?
No.
Okay.
Slower on your approach. You're going left. Now here is where you're definitely going to have to pull up a little. This is a very bad intersection. Now this, whoa, this person's turning left, so we're going to stay right here. We don't want to inch up.
Okay.
Because obviously they need to turn left in front of us. We're going to turn into the closest lane when it's available. Okay. Closest lane. Yep, well done. If you're going to move into this other lane, you're always going to do a head check.
And second.
Anytime you move into a different lane. In fact, right now, let's move into the left lane. Signal, mirror, head check. The only thing I would do different is not brake. Only if there's some reason for slowing down are we going to touch the brake. Okay? In fact, many times when you go to change lanes, you have to accelerate to create space behind you sometimes. Okay? And let's practice moving into the right-hand lane. Signal, mirror, head check. And we need to accelerate. Because we need to get in the right-hand lane. So signal, mirror, head check. Don't slow down. And what do you have
We
to
go to the left?
No, right.
Right.
What do you have to see in your rear view mirror before you move over in front of a vehicle? Do you know?
Other vehicle.
You want to see their headlights.
Their headlight.
That's the distance that you need to be to move in front of them, okay?
Okay.
And you did a great head check, just like you should have. Now we're going to be merging here, so we need to move into the left-hand lane when it's available. We're going to move up to 55. Excellent head check, by the way. Well done. Now, whenever you see the little tiny dots, that indicates it's a lane which is going to be coming to an end. So this is a merge lane, so you got to have your left directional on, and you're checking your mirrors, and over your head check, and we merge at 55. Perfect. You're like a pro. Now when you go to exit, you maintain your speed until you get on the exit ramp. So we maintain 55, and you'll see it up here because you're going to see the little dots once again, and there'll be a sign indicating that you're going to move over. So,
exit 23?
Yeah, so you're going to put on your right directional, and we're going to move right in, maintaining our speed, and now we brake, and we're going to go right at the light.
Oh, another question about three-point turn. In which streets and where can we do them?
On small residential street. And to be honest with you, rarely are you ever going to use them. Because if you really want to change direction, you're going to change direction using a driveway.
Yes.
Okay? And when you do use a driveway on the left-hand side, because then you're only backing into one lane in traffic.
Okay.
Okay? Which is safer than backing across two lanes of traffic.
Okay.
So let's do another 3-point one right here. Just take an extra look once you go backwards.
Okay.
Excellent. Everybody can do a 3-point turn. Sometimes it's called a K turn.
Yes.
But where they make the mistake, they don't do all their head checks. Excellent. Very good. And let's parallel park behind this vehicle right here.
Okay.
A little pressure, nice and slow. There's no hurry whatsoever. Okay. Messi's pulled up mirror to mirror. Good look over his right shoulder, which is very important. Turns his wheel to all the way to the right. Goes about a 45, and then he'll straighten his wheel up and goes back, and then he turns to the left. I like to call that the RSL system, all the way to the right, S straighten all the way to the left. And let's pull up and put it in park, and that was excellent. Okay, and leave your wheel straight and put it in park. Okay, now, Messi, if you're too far away from the curb, it's only 5 points off. It's no biggie. Okay? If you hit the curb, people believe that you fail. That's not the case. If you're doing everything else well, they usually give you another opportunity. So if you're going to make a mistake from being a little too far out. You did it very similar to how I would teach it. You go back a little, all the way to the right, till you go to about a 45, then you straightened it up, went back a little, and then all the way to the left. So very well.
Perfect.
Are you sure you don't want to be a driver ed teacher? Because that was,
I think you're much better.
That was excellent. Okay, let's leave here, Messi.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you for that head check. And I like when Messi goes to leave, he signal, mirror, head check.
I think the most important thing is for them to practice. And although they have not experienced it, but I believe that Afghans are very quick learners, and they will learn very quickly. So
I would agree with that. With the 20 or 30 people I've had, they learn, especially if they're already experienced drivers. It really doesn't take much to remind them of exactly what we did here.
I will. Thank you very much for instructing me.
All right.
Thank you very much. It was useful.
Okay.
Great learning experience.
All right.
Thank you
Good
very
luck.
much.
See ya.
See you.